nice and central on this one too. Just underneath Hacienda. Still a lot of teams yet to move in just yet though. Aurora getting the full loot on. You can see them on our screens right now. Still looking for some supplies. Mini 14 switched out there for the M16. But not setup, but I want to see what he picks up. Tiamba, genuinely from Impala right now, would be nice to see them getting another strong match in. Already shown they can do it. And with how tight those rankings are towards the top, I mean, just look at 8th through 5th. You're looking at 103 to 105. That's a big jump up in prize pool as well. And it may all end here on this match, so you can really switch things up very, very quickly. I think for Tiamba, you know, getting a top 5 in this event would be a really, really good result for them. A bit hard to jump up over towards that top 4 with E-Arena on 123. I think that does bear mentioning though of E-Arena 123, because remember the first match on Rondo, they hit 122.
Yeah.
Over the next few matches, they have earned a single point. And this is what Smash ruling does to you, man. Because you are so focused on getting that chicken dinner, so focused on hitting that smash that you forget that this might just go all the way through to the 6th match. And then Nongshim just takes it off the back of the tiebreaker between them and Aurora.
Now that is the double-edged sword to it. You're scared to play it out like a regular game due to the fear of having it slip through your fingertips and not getting that instantaneous win. But then, like you touch on, you leave yourself very susceptible to be lapped, and it's been a nice step up from the teams above them that are dangerously close to all being tied. 1 point of difference there, S2G on 139, everyone else on 140, and Nongshim and Aurora. The one saving caveat could be the fact we've seen a bit more aggression from our teams trying to first onto the big dogs in the lobby that are in the smash zone. So that's been saving these games and keeping them going for a bit longer. Cheeky peek there. Shots on target, but goes both ways. Bit of damage back over onto Ulf, and the 4-5s boys do start to turn tail.
Lovely pickup from Hazaifa there. He had his eyes over towards that concrete there, understood that that's a potential position a team could be playing in, instantly rebuffs the shots, and because of that, Falak stays up. In that position, I'm pretty sure he drops off the vehicle, he gets insta-flushed. So that does keep 4-5s as a 4-man, which they need, because they're right on 105 points. Get themselves 17 more on that on this match. They set themselves above that smash ruling. Challenge out for that top 3 as well if we do go all the way to 6 matches, which at internationals does tend to be the way things go down. Yeah, it's not a win though.
Scarface, tight timing on the turnaround here. Being ran down by 4-5s. He's calling for the backup, and they're starting to swell over. Ooh, so
How
close.
is he alive?
I don't know. He's tucked in, finally found by Falak. He will fall. This is just as the rest of Ulf have pulled up to the party as well. And they've got a read on this, they know. Instantly peppering the bullets back, and there's no reason to be here anymore. Call it quits.
I mean, it's so central. It's not a bad place to play, but I think you're right. Ulf just realizes that going to cut their losses on this one. This stage of the game, trying to get yourself further up in the rankings, not worth it. Take the fight against a team which might be elongated with the nades, been thrown through the windows, playing off the upstairs, can get very dangerous in there. Dropping those mollies as well. Zone 2 though coming up, and Zone 2 will cut in very hard on Miramar. Plenty of fun areas this could head over towards on some hard shifts, can head over towards the high ground now. That's a highway over towards those fielded areas on the north side. Torre Armada, Cruz de Valle, water treatment also in place, so a lot of elevation as well as very, very shallow spots of the map. So quite a bit of fun here to work with going forward. Loot crate does drop down. This is very good for Nongshim Red Force as well, because as they've noticed with this circle going over towards the north side, they can cut in across Oasis, moving over towards Torre Armada. Enigma Galaxy will be the first team to grab this spot though, coming in from El Pozo. But yeah, I think that Nongshim Red Force cuts out the majority of the queue on this.
Nonchim. They've had a pretty firm grasp on these games, but there's been some awkward decisions again, mirroring the sentiments we've given out here about some of these sides struggling a little bit when the pressure starting to get to them, eating away at them with the decision making.
I mean, this does feel slow as well, Jackie, for Nongshim, because I think they stopped off almost in Oasis. Had to think about what their next move was going to be, and they're still just making it across. It is rocky ground, though, so they're slowly finding their way in. But again, the more time they waste on this rotate, the more teams are going to make those wide routes. Furia being one of them. They're actually going to meet them on the roadside probably quite soon, and Furia has not been traveling through the blue. Right now, the rest of Nongshim Red Force are trying to keep themselves at a reasonable HP count. Getting very close now. Might just tuck in.
You've got Ulf here as well that have been hit from pillar to post on their movement throughout this game. They ran into OG. Bit of damage done. I mean, 2 players already hard flushed out. One of them knocked up on the ridge side. It's Aru, the last remaining member, throwing the nades down. That's nearly all of the offensive utility used as well, just the Molotov. So broken bottles and his teammates gone as the fire spreads. Meanwhile, top side, what we touched on before, the Nongshim rundown with Furia still hightailing behind them.
They actually get ahead of them on this as well. But Nongshim Red Force, they're kind of an unsuspected rotation. I think if Furia was keeping an eye on those drop spots, they should know that Nongshim drops towards Ruins and likely has made a very northern rotate, but they're going to take a very, very quick move in. You can see here, Igor's playing bumper cars alongside with them. Are so easy, moves forward. The rest of the team hasn't quite regrouped yet, but they've got the 2-man on this. Igor stops short over towards the concretes, forcing Nongshim Red Force to actually move away. He is quick with the positioning. Not very fun, and all this while the circle has been pulling in here, so Nongshim Red Force might need to make some quick decisions later on. Cruz Devaya actually quite free at the moment, but do you want to go there too early? You might want to now.
The Galaxy on screen now with a wraparound from Alula. Creating some space between them. Ooh, quick getting back in, looking to see if he can spot them out here. Smoke's casting at least enough of a shadow for him to stay tucked for now. Looking to buggy him out of this one. It's Ralph that's isolated. Oh, there you go. Quick switch on the seats, easy headshot confirmed. And a hard flush, making it far more uncomfortable for Nigma. 3-man squad moves on.
Yeah, unfortunate. Did get down towards the south side of Cruz Devaya on that one. Ralph sadly behind. Nongshim continuing on their path forwards. Furia's really hampered them in every single turn on this. Consistently, Igor's dragging the rest of his team to better position. Even now moving over towards the north side to get a better beat on where Nongshim Red Force is rotating in. This is really good presence of mind here from Furia. Being very proactive of where teams are, gathering that information. And where So Easy's coming in might be combated by Igor's in the future. Oh, he is being so annoying. Alula will find Erin there, and I believe that is Ulf now out.
Wasn't an easy one for Ulf at all here. So many back-to-back fights. She started off losing a man to 4 thrives, then consistently just got punished by everyone. Now, Vitality are just sandwiching behind Furia as well on this push-up from Nongshim. You can see the establishing shot here. Overview of where they are on the spread. Let's see why. Got a scope attached. He's got a read on it. Vitality right behind them.
I got the MK14 as well. Be deadly at distance. Ayala spots Vitality, having a peek over. Just trying to figure out what's going on here. Tizzy stayed behind for Nongshim Red Force, ensuring that there wasn't going to be any cheeky rotates over the north side. He's going to get a Rune Awakening pretty soon, because Aura is making their way in, so we'll be able to pass that information across. And honestly, for Nongshim Red Force, they might want to swing further down on this and give up position to Furia. Maybe play over towards the ridge side of the road. Does expose some sightlines from Flash, but it is getting really cramped up over towards this northeast side for Nongshim. Furia consistently stealing away those positions. Now Tizzy gets that information now and will move.
Knows you're being chased. Sky jumps out instantly, looking to see if he can get boots on the ground and deal some damage. Rest of the squad still continue to maintain a safe distance behind Tizzy on the follow-up. XZY's turned his attention back round towards that angle to provide support. Oh, bumpy pathway in the buggy, but Tizzy's still going.
That's nice.
Gets over the ridge.
Very smooth. Yeah, good shots from XZY as well to back them off. I mean, takes a little bit of damage, but provided enough support there. Circle heads over towards the west. Alula actually have quite a decent compound here on this one. Nick McGuinness can play out from the south side of Cruz de Valle. Jiggle, quite an aggressive scout, I would say, over towards Vitality as well as Furia. Doesn't die for it. Milu, shot by Vitality. We're getting those shots in. Very quiet game so far, other than Ulf as well as OG going down. Even Tops now from Flash moves over towards the mound on the eastern side to check if teams are trying to rotate past them on that south side. So this is like it's very different to a lot of the other games we've seen. Nobody's taking any chances. Everyone's trying to garner as much information as possible on these rotates.
Yeah, it's far more tempered with the plays that are being made. You can see how much quicker teams are to set themselves up when they realize there's a VIP team, one of those squads that are within the smash zone, to attempt to set up to make it uncomfortable for their entryway. Similar setup here down towards the bottom side. You've got a close grouping of 3 of the other smash eligible squads in Aurora, S2G and E Arena.
Aurora late to this one. They stayed in Chumacera for a long, long time, and sort of fair enough to them because this went very northeast on the circle. There has been areas they've found to play in. E-Arena taking this 2-2 split right now. Have to evacuate this compound. Tony K will take shots over towards Doc, who makes it out of there. Gets over towards a little bit of high ground, a little bit of elevation to work with. Actually a playable spot. I mean, he's threaded the needle on that one. The rest of the team can move in.
It pays dividends, but it felt a bit risky initially when I saw the peak over the top of the roof. I was thinking if Doc goes down here, it could have been hellish. The rest of the squad now confident to join him on the push-up. Wow. Hamza G making the plays that we know he can deliver on. That's S2G getting the long-range shot off with a nice knock. Getting a tasty adjustment over. And E-Arena, if they can follow up onto the 3-man squad, there could be a bit of a punishment play coming over. You got Joker off into the distance. S2G still getting a read on this. These 3 squads were so close to each other that nothing could get past them.
Aurora, yeah, losing one player here, not ideal. Makes a chance at a chicken dinner here in match 5, slightly more difficult. With Alula still controlling center zone. Tiamba, again, went up to down towards 6th as 4 thrives. Able to grab another point here. Nongshim need to move though. So Easy's actually outside in the blue at the moment. Taking a fair bit of damage off the back of this one. And they're really racking their brains of where do they want to go, how do they want to play. I mean, he's still out there. Come on, man. Get in. Don't know what he's trying to say. I think he's waiting for Tops to get off the angle or something. I'm not sure. Finally will regroup with the team, but burning through meds to do it.
That's been a caveat we've seen happen a couple times for this team. Always feeling like they're kind of somewhat trapped in the dirt and then having to burn a lot of utility, offensive or medical wise. Let's see what the zone shifts from this though.
I mean, Alula's living life, right? I mean, it's clear to see that Furia knows that they need to create some space for themselves. They can't really move down towards that southwest side. They'll be on broadside to Vitality as they move in. So this is the likely position next. So a very important fight between Nongshim as well as Furia. Hyunbin takes a lot of damage. Tizzy up front right now, gathering that information, passing it back for the nades to be sent through. Maybe just dipping back down again, realizing that maybe this is not the best of fights for us. It's a long nade, doesn't quite hit on. So Easy will move away. Vitality giving Nongshim a little bit of life force here.
Finally, a pathway's presented, but they've got to fight past teams to get into the safety zone.
Oh, you can play highs on this one, yeah, for sure. It's free, it's open.
All right, just beneath them, that's where Tiamba is stationed, so it's going to work out. They get tucked back in. Finally bypass the awkward setup of the Furia squadron that were advancing towards them. They're chasing somewhat. Flash keeping a bit of the attention off them. The triple threat of Aurora just off in the distance as well.
Get
Little
inside.
bit of a ridge there. Yeah, tuck in, buddy.
Yeah, because Fury could at any moment silhouette themselves on that ridge side. Scary stuff though. But yeah, Nongshim Red Force can play this for the time being. I'm not sure how likely Tiamba's going to allow this to go on without contest. Maybe a couple of nades sent upwards. But yeah, highs and lows here. This is very playable. Usually Tiamba, when you get a central zone like this, it's kind of the guard dogs for where Nongshim Red Force is playing. But with Tiamba being further into the circle here, much better result for them. Yeah, Fury is locked out. So that was a nice swing through from Nongshim Red Force. Some slow decisions today here and there of how they want to play stuff out, but that was a quick maneuver from them. Aurora, Reefus, last left alive here, getting the first aid kit off, and yeah, chicken dinner's not happening. Definitely not likely, as Aurora gains no points on this game.
Oh, there you go. That's the final nade coming through. Tops blowing away. Back up as Reese as they get that one on target. So Reefus removed and Aurora, the lights go out. Fury are advancing though. Looks like they've started to run out of the nades they had available with how many staggered fights they've had, dashing the last few down.
It's actually cool because the way Nongshim Red Force layered on that top side as well, it forced a lot of nades out of Fury, but they're just going to send it. It's going for a dry push right now. Nades are being pulled in the meantime. Oh. Beautiful from Yumbin.
Really clean engagement.
It's just done.
Yeah, primes it perfectly, blows them away on entry. Fury are chasing them for so long, but no, not today.
Vitality on that north side. I think they heard the commotion, wanted to get involved on it, but the speed at which Fury went down, I mean, there's just no opportunity. Nate goes in, does a lot of damage towards Tizzy. Gonna sit in the corner though, as Federales has to move now, back over towards Aura. This next fight between Nongshim and Tiamba will be the decider of how far Nongshim gets into this game. Can't imagine that Tiamba's gonna crumble. Alula's compound becomes very high priority for absolutely everyone. You may see a crash on this.
Risky maneuvers going to become more and more impactful. Here's the replay back over from the Fury, a crash down onto Nongshim. Look at that
was
nade
gorgeous
from Hyunbin. Perfect utility play, over in a split second.
Yeah, it was good stuff. I mean, the thing is, Vexy on that back line with the Mini 14 did good stuff. Nades go in, so yeah, this is the fight I was talking about. They're all in one corner right now. Utility still looks good for Nongshim. Molotov towards the back lines. Does a good amount of damage towards Milu. He's burning out. Might actually go down to this. Great molly from So Easy.
But Hyunbin's already set up for this. This is the go signal, but he can't actually win out on the initial fight. A-King replies back, so it's a 1-for-1 trade on the XCY and Tizzy up for Nongshim. 3 players alive for Tiamba. Oh, the backstab though!
Come
Gets
on!
Around the corner, the back nade misses as Tizzy sends them cratering down! And that's a nice spray, XCY wielding the snipe up close, the quick switch is good!
But Vitality's here to play! Upstairs the molly goes in, might just take them all down, and Nongshim is out! Vitality with a nasty third party! What a game from Nongshim though, very difficult one. They made a lot of cool decisions there. Took it as far as they could, but Vitality was always in the wings.
Eyes like a hawk on Vitality as they make that quick adjustment. Oh, S2G as well, bringing the heat straight over to 4-5, so there is no chance to catch your breath now. It's all kicking off. Flash again responding. T24 falls. Vexy upset by Darkin from Ida.
S2G gonna make that rollout now over towards Flash. 4 thrives. Looking to finish off what they started here. Zias is down. Tops is just dropping. Desperate smokes. Keep himself alive. Hamzy G will roll on through. Vitality lose Federales on the background. Ida pushes forward. Alula holding on to this very important compound towards the center. Rita does go down to a nice nade coming through from Axel. Can't believe Federales is still crawling in. He's got to go down soon. Yeah, there you go. Darkin picks him up.
Shots back over from Razak as Vitality gets the shot on to try finish things there. You can see the split on either side with E-Arena still sitting, waiting. Absolute contrast there. S2G, they've been so proactive. 6 elims constantly in play, constantly in flux. The arena just waiting blank.
ভাই এখন যে অবস্থা
The
হইছে
name of the game
যে
for them. Hope to
PM
get one more point
চলতেছে
than previously. The arena's
খেলা দেখছেন
looking
ভাই
for
পোলা
that
পাইতে
finish,
মুভমেন্ট
looking for
দেখেন
that
ভাই
chicken
কি
dinner,
মোবাইল
playing
দিয়ে
into
খেলে
that
না
south
কি
side.
দিয়ে
They
খেলে
have the
কেমনে খেলে ভাই
roadside ridge line to play around
এই
with.
খেলা ভাই এত
Okay, will find another. Razak goes down, potentially. Oh, just about lives the spray. Good backup there coming through from his teammate. Yeah, for E-Arena, they're going for the slow game. Oh my
ছোট একটা ডিভাইস
goodness me.
দিয়ে কেমনে খেলা ভিডিও
how
ভালো
gifted can you
আমরা
get
ভাই
on
পিসি
this
দিয়েও
one
খেলতে
for
পারি না
Alula?
আর এরা ভাই মোবাইল দিয়ে মাইরা মুলা শেষ করে দেয় ভাই
Every time it shifts, they're counting
মোবাইলে
their
শিফট করা
blessings
উচিত ভাই
more and
সত্যি
more.
বলতেছি
No one's taken that risk to try and force them out of the position just yet. S2G from long range, that's vitality.
পিসিতে তো ভাই নড়া যায় না মোবাইলে তো নড়তে পারবেন তা এটা ভালো
So
ডিভাইস
sad
কিনলে
for
আপনি
Eder as well.
মোবাইলে
They've
নড়তে
just
পারবেন
dragged themselves out of 60.
ওই যায় ভাই পিসিতে নড়াই
They're
আমরা তো
about to be
নড়তেই
put
পারি না
back
আমাদের
down
ল্যাগ
there
ট্যাগ
again.
শেষ করে দেয় আমার 30 এফপিএস উঠেই না তো আমার
Oh yeah.
আমি তো এই পর্যন্ত তো 100 এফপিএস খেলতেই পারলাম না
Unexpected. Darkin trapped behind a vehicle, lost able to grab that one. Another Elim garnered. And this puts them on equal footing as well. 147 to 147. They're climbing up.
ভাই এখন উইনা গেল ভাই আর সমস্যা
Emre takes the knock there. Should be Eder just down now. As Alula gets set up towards that central side to hold off all these teams. E-Arena will clean up the rest over towards the northwest. Swain still up and kicking for Eder though. Desperately trying to stay in 15th. Very unlikely. See how far you can go though on this one. S2G eyeing up that compound, looking to redeem themselves after that last game. There's certainly a chance here of 8 eliminations on the match.
আপনি পাগল হইছে কালকে পাফির জন্য হার্ড ডিস্ক দেখতেছিলাম
Lost with the reposition.
আমি বললাম ভাই তোমার
P90
এটা
in
তো
the
নষ্ট হইছে
hands. It's
তুমি কাজ
Mormon
করো
that sprays
2000
back
টাকা দিয়ে
over to
একটা
get the
এসডি
final
কিনে রাখো
knock onto
না তুমি
Eder.
চালাও
They're
ঠিক
out
আছে
now.
আমি যায়া বললো
The
ভাই দেখেন
squad's
তো
being
আমি
thinned
এসডি
as
প্রাইস
Mora
দেখি
also
মিনিমাম
take a
6000 টাকা what
deathly
the
blow
fuck
back over. E-Arena finally
SGD
gets
price
the
6000
shots on the nade.
Good dash.
Oh, mate. S2G. They thought
Taco?
they had that one right on target. It barely
এসডি
misses.
হলো আপনার 256 প্রাইস হলো 7000 টাকা
2 out of the 3 teams at the end here could
SSD.
smash right here, right now. For Alula, they have a fantastic position to finish this one out. But the likelihood of this ending in this game, Jackie, very, very high.
না
They thought so hard.
এনবিএম
The zone moving in again.
এনবিএম ছিল না
Alula just waiting confident.
আমি 17000 টাকা 2 টেরাবাইট কিনছি
STG
ওইটা
on the back line still.
50000 টাকার উপরে
এসডি
With the
বলে
vehicle
ভাই
still in play, but
6000 টাকা আমি
they've
শুনলে
just
বলে কি রে
popped
ভাই
all
আমি
the
ভুল
tires on that
দেখতাছি
buggy,
কিছু
understanding that it's better to have it with no tires than one.
পাগল
And
হইছে ভাই আমি
dragging
কিছু
as they
পসিবল
move it in,
আমার এই
it's going to be
ভিডিও
slow
70 টাকা বলে ভাই ভাই
short,
2
maybe
লাখ
better
টাকা
than
দেবো মনে
nothing
হয়
down the hillside. Vitality desperately hanging on by a thread at this end game. We're getting down towards stage 9. It's going to pull all these players inwards. More E-Arena desperately living on the sidelines. Goodness me, both teams with a white knuckle grip on this game, holding on for that win,
এসএসডি হলো
for
1 টাকা
that victory. Here at
এসডি হলো আপনার হলো 4টা
PMWC,
না 5টা লাগানো এগুলা হিসাব করলেই তো আপনার 1 লাখ টাকা পারা যাচ্ছে নিয়ালি কাছে আছে
one vehicle.
আর
2 vehicles in play right now for them that look decent.
ওয়ারেন্টি ভাই এগুলা
Smokes are
লাগে
starting to be sent out from either side. Both S2G as well as E-Arena
ওয়ারেন্টি ম্যাটার করে
will be
Apne
breaking down the
SSD
gates of
কথা বলতেছেন,
Alula
SSD
soon.
আর RAM এর লাইফ
MTG
ওয়ারেন্টি
attempts to get into the
Kali
vehicle.
apni holo
Solskjaer is
receipt
going to
receipt
swing
দেখাতে
wide
পারলেই
on
হলো।
this one.
এসএসডি তো লাইফ টাইম
The
ওয়ারেন্টি
quick
না
repairs
দিবে
have
ভাই
paid off.
এটা এক্স্যাক্টলি মনে নাই বাট RAM হলো লাইফ
Nade still
ওয়ারেন্টি
being thrown over. Slight
RAM
shift down.
lifetime
E-Arena
warranty,
running through their line of
lifetime
smokes with their own
production
cars on the
লাইফ
move.
টাইম ওয়ারেন্টি না খালি
They got a good
Production warranty
sideline
doesn't
blocked
matter.
off with the smokes
Production
they
off
put
হয়ে গেলে
down, but
ওদের
this has
replacement
drawn their
ওরা
crosshairs
system
off
ওরা
S2G.
replace করে
But the same will not be said for that squad. Their eyes light up.
দিবে না
Bullet shot out downrange. Keep the punishment on. Meanwhile, in the midst of all this, Yasha peeks back over. Good work done. One player hard flushed out for E-Arena.
মনে করেন আপনি প্রোডাকশন দিচ্ছেন
Neither team wants to make a play. Kamikaze
আপনি
is
তো
trying to
করতে
get
পারবেন
in.
যে অন্য সময় अवेलेबल আছে
MTG
you have
up
to
front
pick
doesn't
it
go very low. He goes
প্রোডাকশন মিশন পুরো মার্কেট আউট অলওয়েজ
He's bounced off the geometry and gone flying up in the sky, but their dreams might he dash back down to reality as Hamzy G hits the deck. Punishment play onto Alula.
The arena with just Joker left alive. Hamzy G trying to keep this game in contention. Lost hits the deck, nade out, air bounce there. Doesn't get the damage through. The last to make it happen. Gravity, the real villain. What a game. What a finish. For Alula, the arbiters right there at the end. Between tournament ending teams still being in play. Magnetized onto that compound. Orbited by 2 victors. What a disappointing finish for both S2G and the arena. Not in the sense of disappointing in the gameplay, but just disappointing for them. The circle just was not having it, Jackie.
No given, no blessings. Had to fight for absolutely everything. And even when they took the risk, something went wrong. Sent up flying into the stratosphere, but and it's gonna get you a gut-wrenching feeling.
Dear me, dear me. Great tracking though from Alula. Give him that.
Weird angle, but ready for it instantly. One more game then.
One more game. Finish on the last. Will we get a smash on that last game? There's a lot of teams in contention for it. It still could be that 4th place squad that wins it all, that takes it all. Nomchin Red Force counting their lucky stars, so they were able to still do good in that game because S2G is catching them up off the back of that one. E-Arena was also able to put up good points, getting up towards 3rd place. But at least S2G's put themselves in a position now where they could still win off points alone if they have another good match here.
Playing a blinder right up until the end. Oh my God, unexpected twist on that one. Didn't know Arrow was going to go that way, mate. It definitely caught me off guard, and I imagine it was the same for them amongst it all. Alula, though, doing what they had to do. Denying out both teams from ending the tournament early, starving off victory for at least another game.
They didn't want to end in 16th place. That's what happened there. But we'll be back real soon for the final match here at PMWC.
Play is in our DNA. Whenever we let it out, it becomes our superpower. Now imagine an entire city being built to supercharge it. Kadir City, powered by Play.
ওরাই যে আপনি অ্যাডভাইস দেয় ভাই, এটা তো আমার অবস্থা খারাপ হয়ে যায়। কিন্তু কি অ্যাডভাইস দিতে চ্যানেল বেড়ে যাবে। আমি ব্রাউজার সোর্স দিয়ে গেছি, তো আমার তো অ্যাড আছে না। কোনো স্ক্রিনশট দিয়ে রাখুন। ব্রাউজার সোর্স দিয়ে দিদি কি ব্রাউজার সোর্স করে দিই।
When you least expected, Alula Esports takes us to the final match, which is going to be upcoming here at PMWC at EWC 26. Welcome back, everybody. My name is the 7WG, joined by Lace, Maxman, and Neptura. And Max, I'm going to go straight to you because another heartbreak here for S2G at the end.
Oh man, I feel bad for them, man. Like the last one was like, hey, great, we got another game. And I'm like, oh, that must feel kind of bad if you're S2G or an S2G fan. But you know what? Alula, they started off the day in 16th position and they are literally alone as their main team, right? Able to keep the tournament going, getting rid of E-Arena, getting rid of S2G and keeping it going with those 22 points. Also, extra prize pool. Alula going to be loving it.
They are going to be loving it. We see E-Arena there in 3rd in regards to the points. Being able to secure 10 points, they're still, if for some reason Nobody
Next game.
else wins via the smash roll after this match, Lace. It will come down to the
Hey,
points of
Diri,
this
bhai,
points that
usko
these
dekha
squads are getting with SGG 15, E Arena 10, and then Nongshim Red Force as well with 7. They could come into play.
I mean, yeah, a lot of teams, you've got to realise that this is the right time to maximise all your eliminations to move you up on that leaderboard, because that's some cash money, baby. But I mean, look, from this position, even from E Arena, they were kind of going to lose this regardless. SGG had that position to sort of push them around that west side, and Ula obviously had the compound the entire time, so it was going to be denied. Denied. Regardless of, you know, sort of their movement in from that. But look, S2G and this situation flung into the air, obviously off of that, and then not being able to get that nade of the, you know, positioning in that middle, the teammate, sorry, on Alula. I'm getting it together. I'm just upset. Clearly, I'm upset, guys. I'm upset. But I'm not upset because we go one more game, and I'm very excited for this to happen. But look, we're going to have another one in this situation, and it's going to go to the mountain, guys. I'm calling it. It's going to get crazy.
Which mountain? There's many.
Pour a mountain.
Yeah, I like that. Actually, that's where Nongshim Red Force won in PMMI, so actually.
Exactly. And guess who won the last match yesterday in Miramar?
I forgot, actually. Can
No,
remind
you just said it, Nongshim Red Force.
Okay, I was like, wait, what do we do?
Come on, it was an easy layup right there for you, Max. But yeah, Nongshim Red Force, they've been able to showcase that they can actually win, not only at PMMI, but here as well in the finals when we end up going to Miramar, when we end up going to the final match. Aurora found themselves very, in just an unfortunate situation, especially with the circle, with the rotation that this team had to make.
I have strong words for Aurora, which I will not be saying here, but just one play I'd like. Don't worry, I won't say it. I won't say it. Maybe later. Maybe later. No, I'm so confused because yes, it was a really difficult entry into zone. They couldn't really get a very easy way in. They were trying to thread through a couple of different teams there. But for me, they made that initial push in between EA and S2G right on the road. They actually moved in. Doc found a position, but then the entire team all came in and just went, we're just gonna spread around, we're gonna drive, we're gonna have a little Sunday drive. It's nice, it's good weather, it's the desert, it's fun. And it's like, just stay on the position. You found a position, stay there, play from there. You could have won the game. They had a really decent position. EA, from the similar side of zone, got a third place. So, you know, again, it all comes down to what I was saying earlier about Nongshim in that one Erengo game where Alula went and won from the position I thought Nongshim should have taken. If Aurora had taken EA's position, we could have had a win from them as well.
We could have, but one team that was able to do a great defense was Nongshim Red Force against Furia, Max.
Oh, I'm loving it. Like, sure, they don't win it, but that was such a clean, instantaneous fight. Like, I saw John for a second. He blinked, and he missed the fight. Here we go. They go for the crash. Hyunbin cooking up that nade. Look at the nade. In 1, 2, 3, boom, gone. He's done. Chief couldn't do anything, and instantly the synergy, the timing, they just go on a full-on aggression. They push, they counter-push onto Furia, and because of that, they don't lose a single player and barely take any damage. That is the Nongshim Red Force I want to see more consistently throughout these games. It goes to show that they have what it takes to be a champion, but sometimes it's a bit topsy-turvy, but Nongshim Red Force looking so good in that particular fight.
And it's this kind of thing, right, that I was talking about with Nongshim, is like the presence of mind they have. Do you know how not panicked, how calm, cool, and collected you have to be to do that? And Nongshim coming into second place here, I mean, it's so close behind S2G.
For S2G right now in first place, a 7-point lead. Aurora Gaming in third place, E-Arena. Nobody else was able to join the Smash Zone here as we're going to be heading into the final match of PMWC at EWC 26. Nigma Galaxy 106 points. There's still a lot of money at stake here, Lace, between all these squads, even if they cannot win it via Smash Roll.
Yeah, and even if you have a look at Tiamba and the way that they were able to move up this leaderboard from just a few games, you know, this is where the money happens, and it's incredibly exciting, obviously, moving into this. You know, obviously, we have a look at S2G, 154 points. If none of these sort of get into that position, they'll capitalize it. They have been getting those positions in late game to get those extra placement points, so it is looking good for them. But yeah, I've got to hand it to Max. I'm feeling like a Nongshim. I feel like that this is going to be the closeout. S2G have had 2 opportunities, and I said you only get 1, so the third one may not happen.
This is looking like one of the best finishes we have had at a global event for PUBG Mobile Esports, S2G Esports. We know they're going to be showing out, especially right now with the 7-point lead that they have. Notchum Red Force showing that they can win via Smash Roll. They could be challenging as well, not just via the points. They could be challenging for the win. Aurora Gaming, we know what that team is capable of, Max. In E-Arena, all they need is just one match, even if they have been kind of non-existent today.
Yeah, today's definitely been a bit of a slow one for the side of E-Arena, but look at the top of the rankings. 3 wins, 2 wins, and 2 wins for, at the end, Aurora Gaming and E-Arena. We've been threading the needle. We've been barely missing out on this smash ruling happening for these teams, but now I feel like it's finally time to get the smash ruling on Miramar. These teams, sure, maybe a few fumbles here and there, but they're going to throw everything at the wall and hope it sticks. And finally become your PMWC 26 at EWC 26 Grand Champions. They're on the second page, and if still more money is there to be gained.
And it's all still so close, right? So we're so used to seeing big gaps between these teams, but look at this. Ulf 98, Hora 98, Team Vitality 83, Alula 80 with that win
big
coming
jump
in there. Massive jump for them, up into 13th place. And, you know, when we are talking about that prize pool coming down to the final game here in Paris, we're looking at some really decent jumps up in that rank, jumps up in that prize pool. All these teams are going to be fighting.
Yeah, I want to take a look at the top 5 players so far, though, because that MVP, it's not going to be coming from the winning team. It can come from a different team as well. But right now, it's none other. Usually, we're used to talking about Human. Max, you might have a new player to fanboy over because Tizzy is popping off.
To be honest, out of all the players on this team, I'm really happy. Tizzy has been, in particular, this last game, got so much done in Miramar. Loving how he's been able to perform. Of course, Hyunbin, big fan of him. But Sleepy, the fact he's up here is quite surprising, but also not so surprising because his damage is very high because he is right, Nipchura, usually a long-range player. Mini 14, DMRs, he's going to be using it, so that's going to be buffing up your damage quite a bit. But I got to say, quite surprising that Scarface is up there, knowing Ulf is quite low on the rankings.
I mean, I think it comes down to who's the clutch player in a team, right? Even if the team isn't doing too well, he can still be the one getting the knocks, getting the damage, getting that survival time as well. Scarface has often been a solo for that team. We've seen it from several teams, actually, where that last solo lasts until 3rd, 2nd place, gets that damage, gets those long-range shots, just trying to pressure teams. And so, in that way, yeah, it's probably pretty on par that, you know, they're on that MVP list.
Yeah, and I'm just going to be looking at those top 4 teams because those teams, I mean, any of those top 4 teams could end up winning it, whether it's S2G, whether it's Nongshim Red Force, whether it's Aurora Gaming, even E-Arena. You know what? I'll scratch away that you have had a bad day, E-Arena, because right now, this is your moment to shine if you want to be able to lift that trophy, if Ravenclaw wants to win here again. But let's take a look at this head-to-head between Nongshim Red Force and S2G, and this is for today. And you can see which team has been performing better overall, and it's none other than S2G.
Yeah, you might be saying the survival time is actually relatively close for the 2 teams, but the fact that with a similar survival time, the average placement point of S2G is an extra 2 ranks higher compared to Nongshim Red Force is highly impressive. They've been very consistent, of course. 3 chicken dinners throughout the entirety of the finals, also looking good back in the group stage. I feel like S2G, if they just don't have those shaky finishes, I feel like they might be one of the most likely teams to end it with a smash.
Yeah, I was looking, you know, we're looking at the pre-show, right, looking at the head-to-head between Aurora and S2G, and I did say S2G, yes, they have those wins, but they're hot and they're cold, and today we've seen a different version of this team, a different side to them, one that's far more consistent, one that's always there, under pressure, in the top 5. It's really nice to see, Max.
In particular, you saw in the top 4, you had Aurora Gaming. Top, you know, this has been his dream for years and years and years, and he's finally on the brink once again. Is the curse of the 2nd place going to come back to haunt him, or can he finally wrap it up and get that win?
It's going to come down to what kind of circle they're going to be getting. Are you going to be getting blessed, or are you going to have to just fight your way through all the way to that win so you can lift that trophy? S2G, Nongshim Red Force, Aurora Gaming, and E-Arena. Any of those 4 teams can win it as we're heading to the final match, the final Miramar of PMWC at EWC 26. Hot Jukes, John Allen, take it away.
The sword of Damocles swings both ways, and 4 teams now stand atop the pack. Their chance to make history here in Paris and crown themselves the champions with one more chance to do so. Will it be a heavy hammer that smashes the tournament, or will we find a points victory?
And we're about to find out in Miramar. You can take a look. E-Arena, so far on the day, haven't put up hardly any points except for that rondo, but it was enough to put them in that smash zone. All it takes is one game, one chicken dinner to become our champions. It's about to find out who's got that ice water in their veins, who's got that clutch factor, because that's what it's going to take in order to take this one home.
Hey, Nongshim Red Force have won via Smash Rule before. Maybe they can do it again in the 11th hour. Right down to the wire, but they have some stiff competition. At the top of the tables, the points matter as well. Every single point you earn, so important. And those chicken dinner tiebreakers as well. At the moment, I mean, if one of the top 4 teams wins, they win by Smash Rule. But there are 2 teams with 3 chicken dinners, 2 teams with 2. Those tiebreakers are going to be so important. Those placements that you've been earning over the last 17 matches will come in clutch. And every single molecule of brain power needs to be focused on one singular goal. Finding every single point you can.
Or getting that win. It's either one or the other. And there are still so many squads that can win this. 4 in particular, all in the smash zone. That's going to be the ones that we are going to be keeping an eye on locked. Because I guarantee you, one of them's going to be taking home $500,000. Second place, $250,000. Look around this arena. This is what everybody came for. Not second place, not a good tournament, a world title. 1 game left, and somebody is about to play the most important match of their life. This is it, folks. The PUBG Mobile World Cup at Esports World Cup 2026 live in Paris. We're about to drop into our final match.
Miramar will be the final arena that our gladiators will take to for your entertainment. So Paris, make some noise. The final match is here. Let's get it underway. The plane path sends us over and into the final stretch.
Let's get into it. You can take a look at the overall rankings right now. S2G, Nongshim Red Force on top. If this goes to points, they are by far your favorites right now. E-Arena, such a threat though. All it takes is the win, and honestly, it's what they need. They have to win this if they want to be crowned your champions.
21 points behind S2G right now. Yeah, they definitely need to get a chicken dinner on side to win this tournament and give that 3-time title over to Schweppes. Allow Ravenclaw to be that winning coach, transitioning from that player role. It would be a beautiful story, but E-Arena have given us cause for pause when we think about their potential to take home those chicken dinners. They have had the highest scoring chicken dinner of any team pretty much ever at this level of PUBG Mobile, but it has not been seen for a while. Maybe the pressure will be able to turn things around for them. At the moment, I'm seeing Aurora pretty close to Flash, though, on the hot drop, potentially in the south.
Well, speaking of the south, that's where we're headed. The zone going all the way down south. Teams are going to have to get looted up and get moving. It's Reefus with the Winchester. No way he starts this off like this. Oh, mighty close. Team Flash getting away with that. Uh-oh. Nice return fire there from Win. Just say, hey, calm down with that Winchester, buddy. All right? You better wait till end game to get that going.
All right. I do love the Winchester. There's more damage coming on, and this is, again, Aurora harrying the retreat here for Team Flash. Team Flash, who have managed to find some late in the day points to send them up the tables. Trying to compete with that middle pack. They are right in and amongst it in the thick of that 5th through 10th through 11th, actually, melee in the middle to try and jump up on the prize pool. Tens of thousands of dollars on the line if you can do it.
Absolutely. It's the prize pool jumps significantly every single placement. And I'll tell you one thing you guys got to do for the final time. Get in the game. Get into that lucky spin. and drop one of those exclusive 2026 PMWC tournament sets.
Oh yeah.
Get them before they're gone. And looking at these leaderboards, top 4 looking pretty much as a lock at this point, right? I mean, we're going to see these top 4 in that range, right?
Yeah.
The difference is just where are they going to end up. Just a reminder, folks, this is a $3 million prize pool in this tournament total. $1.7 million about to be given away in just a few minutes. First place, $500,000. Second place, $250,000. Third, $150,000. And fourth, $120,000. So all 4 of these teams are going away with a whole bunch of cash, but there's a whole lot more at the tippy top.
The chicken dinner to these 4 teams is worth $375,000. That's right. That is the right price to put in your best effort to make it work. And nobody wants to step a foot out of line. It needs to come through, and they need it now. Godlike, they're taking a turn around Impala, but Tianba a little bit ahead of the curve. And down they go, finding that first elim. First blood has been drawn.
And that is Manya out of this tournament. Great, good signs of life from Godlike. I mean, they had some really big games. It's just the consistency that seemed to plague them here. For their first time at a World Cup, it's so difficult to face a challenge like this. I think they definitely gave it their all. I think time will definitely show them, and they'll get that seasoning going, and we'll see them rank up the leaderboards in the future for sure.
I've also loved watching 4 Thrives over the course of this tournament.
Yes.
Topping their group stage, able to do a lot of work and really impressing here. Currently in 6th place, a chance to jump up to 5th place in that, as I said before, that 5th to 11th place melee. They are very much in flux. But what I think the most important story for me when it comes to 4 Thrives is that it was not a flash in the pan performance back in PMGO. They have managed to improve and consistently keep that improvement under their belt. There have been times where they've got a little crazy with it. I have to say, back in those group stages, some crazy flex outs. One springs to mind over on that military finish that they were on the south side of the runway and just going for it. But absolutely impressive stuff for this 4 Thrives roster. They should be so proud to be able to put this sort of a record down on this tournament. And I'm sure we'll be seeing them again.
That's for sure. I want to see almost all these teams staying together. I mean, this was one heck of a tournament. I think every single squad here, for the most part, has what it takes. It's just a matter of time here. It's really tough, though, when you deal and face some of the best teams in the world that have been doing it for so long. And we're starting to see Ulf get into it with OG.
Hey.
Battle ringing out. Here we go.
Let's see if Scarface can put that MVP title on the cards as well, because 2 of his teammates are down. He's going to need to come up big. Him and Aaron playing off of one another. 2 titanic forces on the inside of the compound against 3 players from Orangutan total. I don't know if they're all here and in the fight, though, but Ketch will get flushed away. And they are now, all 3, looking to take this fight. Aaron on the outside, but Scarface. Oh.
OG gonna get 4 eliminations, and that is it for Ulf for this tournament. Give him a round of applause here, folks.
Ulf, all things considered, I think people may have expected more from this roster coming into this tournament. 10th place, likely slipping down further than that as well. Not what they were aiming for, but they did manage to get to those finals. They did manage to qualify alongside their countrymen. And again, there is so much potential there. So much star power, so much still left to give. But they can't give it here. It's done for them.
That is it. Gives teams like Aura, Vitality, opportunity to push themselves further up in the leaderboards and grab some more cash here, as this is one insane prize pool in this tournament. Let's take a look, though, at Nongshim Red Force, the the biggest threat in the lobby, if not for S2G. They have been dominant all day long, and they could definitely take this one. Just a quick flashback for everybody that missed it. PUBG Mobile Macau Invitational, not too long ago, global event. Nongshim Red Force smashed in the last match. They have been here before. They felt this pressure, and they succumbed it over, made it, and that is what you gotta do. So out of all the teams in this lobby, Nongshim Red Force, they know what it feels like to be here.
They have borne this burden before. Will they be able to raise that knee off the ground and shrug like Atlas, the weight of the world? On the western side, they are behind Aurora, one of their direct competitors, and we're going out all the way east. It's a long road, but I tell you who's already at the end of it, S2G. In the shadow of the Labandita crater right now on the southeast side, Dukes, they may have another opportunity here. They have had so many in these last few games to find those smashes. Is this the one? But they have to fight against Godlike for the compound.
Here they go, folks. S2G battling it out with Godlike. Kamikaze getting caught by the nade. A devastating blow. And the finish. It's S-Power looking to crush the dreams of S2G.
Another S-Power ruining the dreams for S2G, and Turkey may have it all. Dashed here, has lost the last to stand. God Power putting an end to the run, but he's still got one more player. A little bit of fire left in the heart, but it is not enough. S2G are done.
A massive blow to the lobby. So close to winning this tournament in the past 2 matches, and they go out as the second team in the last game. All eyes are on those leaderboards to see if they can hang on. Meanwhile, Fourth Thrives looking to tear this up as they are putting in the work onto Godlike.
A little bit of burn, a little bit too hot underfoot, but it's just S-Power now. We've seen what he can do with these nades. Can he do it again?
Looks good.
Nade out the window, doesn't get the block. T24 still launching himself forwards. This is a madman.
S-Power though, ain't done yet. This man is a one-man army putting in the work for eliminations. He's finding the angles. He cannot be stopped. It's S-Power, baby.
We stamp our mark here on Thermopylae. S-Power, Leonidas, a king amongst kings. They can't quite make that top spot, but my God, they can give it a thrill.
Woo! S-Power showing the whole world he's got the stuff. He's got what it takes. And refusing to go down here in the last match of this tournament.
Meanwhile, teams across the board are making their way to the zone. 3 teams still in that smash potential. Nongshim have lost a player. Through all of that chaos, they are down to 3. Aurora out on the western side. North Hills of Los Leones. E-Arena, they're in the shadow of Labandita. Right near to this fight on the northwest side of this, where S2G used to be. S-Power now has to deal with Orangutan.
Woo, but this man is I'm telling you, by himself, putting in so much work, but IQ finally shutting down the monster that is S-Power.
Finally taking a final breath within the lobby. And Admino now, the Lone Ranger for Godlike, to try and ladder up. Maybe jump past Ulf with 6 elims on card. They might have a chance here. Orangutan looking to do the same, but they've only got 2 players. You can see off in the distance, though, a crash from E-Arena. Moving over towards Ida. Ida really not providing of much resistance over the course of these finals, but maybe they'll be able to find it. Finally, digging deep, and down goes Schweppes.
The top teams are getting devastated. Nongshim Red Force lost a player, and now it's Ida. But Joker shuts down Darkin. A huge 1v1 play, keeps his team alive, and it looks like they're gonna hold on to 3 for now.
Nade over. Swain cooking a nade. Wants to answer. Doesn't connect with it. Darkin off in the distance. Emre also still in action. but not quite on the angle. Oh, bad nade on the bounce, doesn't quite find it. As Godlike do get eliminated, but there's one underfoot. Dashes back with the MG3, needs to find something, needs to get a big cannon spray down, but not to happen. Emre now, the last for Ida, and he's completely off in the distance. No way he can get back to this. So for E-Arena, they managed to make their way south, but Nigma Galaxy are cresting the ridgeline.
Here comes Nigma Galaxy. And I'll tell you one thing, folks. S2G fans everywhere are rooting for every single team to take out these top squads, because right now they're still at the top of the leaderboards here. It's just these teams below them that can surpass them. They have a little bit of a point gap, but Nongshim Red Force, Aurora, and E-Arena are still alive, and they're putting up points. E-Arena already has 4, but they are down a player.
That they are. And on the northwest side, we said before, to win this one, it's likely a chicken dinner needed for them. Aurora with 4 players alive, but they have got the blue zone biting at their heels right next to Horror. They will need to push up a little bit further and get into the fight. In the meantime, IQ, the last player alive for 4 drives. This has been a devastating position for so many, and IQ wants to dish out a little bit more pain here. Around the corner, spots the shotgun-wielding player from Orangutan, but nobody steps out through the threshold, goes for it, darts in, and nobody's connecting. Jukes, they're not figuring out whose turn it is.
IQ putting in the work there with the shotgun, ends up getting some more shots on the WizKon, finds the angle!
Nice.
IQ making the plays here at the end.
Next circle coming on in as well. The circle shrinks pretty central here. Does not favor Aurora or Nongshim Red Force, 2 of our really crucially placed teams, but gives E-Arena a little slither of it on that western side. The difficulty for E-Arena, though, the surround on their position by those roads. They act like rivers on Miramar, very frequently finding it very difficult to get across.
Let's see if they can hang on. They know they need to do more if they want to take this tournament. Meanwhile, S2G just having to wait and watch. Hope that they did enough and can hold on and take this tournament. This zone, though, proving to be very difficult. Nigma Galaxy, Coops ends up getting caught out. Oof. And he is out of the game. Nigma Galaxy gonna have to do it with 2 players remaining.
S2G, despite being out, may still be able to hold on. If the 3 competing teams go down, Nongshim have to go down first. On this south side, their approach is not the easiest. They are very spread out right now. I mean, it could be that S2G didn't need a single point in this game.
It's possible, but 7 points. 7 points will 100% guarantee Nongshim Red Force.
Seven-point game from their position on the southwest side. I mean, it's difficult. Lord trying to survive for Nigma Galaxy. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride in these finals. They've always been present, they've always been relevant, but have not been able to find those clutch moments, those glimmers of greatness that really step you up to those top spots.
Man, great tournament overall for Nigma Galaxy, considering that they're in 7th place, dealt with a lot of hot drops off the rip.
True.
I can't wait to see what this team does in the future, and it's interesting to think about those 2-2 splits in Erangel, you know? If they maybe made some adjustments, who knows what could have happened, but still, you know, a good, solid finish from this squad. But at the end of the day, they always end up wanting one of those top 3 positions. Only a few can have it, though.
Hey, talking of comebacks, I mean, Tianba, what a resurgence today. They have done themselves so proud. And I am so pleased with the fact that they've been able to dig so deep today and put so many points back on the board. They're in 6th place right now, and with 4 drives on 1 player alive, there's a real chance they could jump up into that 5th place and take that spot away from them as Nigma Galaxy do go down. They are out 7th place right now. Pretty likely that they drop down further with both Flash and Furia behind them.
It's going to be interesting to see. Oh, here we go. Noxious Red Force versus E-Arena. The biggest fight in this tournament could be happening right now. Noxious Red Force do have the high ground, though, so they should be able to get this res.
But they will. They put 2 players out there. It goes away from this position. Everyone's going to have to leave. Meanwhile, 4 Thrives do finally fall. They will go out. But again, very, very pleased with their performance over the course of this tournament. Happy to see them here. Hoping to see them again. Meanwhile, whilst Nongshim and E-Arena have their standoff, Aurora have their challenges on the other side of the circle. Al-Ula, who spoiled the day for our 2 teams that could do it last time, now have Aurora to battle off against. They're a little bit pressured as another knock comes on through. Quick already down. Will not be in the fight. 2 players for Aurora to get rid of before they could own these East Hills.
Hey, Aurora Gaming getting some knocks onto Al-Ula, but at the same time, they're saying, thank you, Al-Ula, for that last game. Oh, man.
Very true.
Did you save us? Because that could have been over just like that. But Aurora, this could have been the opportunity for them. It is looking pretty good. They still have, they're the only team in the top 4 with all 4 players up. And that's good, solid position in this next zone. Can't afford to lose a single player. They catch Claws out. And that's another point on the board.
Noxious.
Noxious in trouble. That's Tizzy done. They're down to 2.
One of their strongest players now out of the mix, and that is going to leave just Hyunbin and XZY to try and put as many points on the board as they can. But they are dwindling. The fire is being blown, is being blustered. Leaning this way and that, started to look threadbare.
Oh, the fire starting to look like embers here. It's not looking good for the side of Nongshim Red Force. Losing Tizzy is a huge loss. We saw it earlier on the desk. This was pretty much almost your MVP gone. Now it's up to none other than Hyunbin, though, and XZY. Still 2 massive players. They just want to put some points up on the board, but even then, that might not be enough, because Aurora are still there. They can surpass them. XZY with the drive, trying to survive here, find any place in this circle. He finds a smoke, gonna have to hit the deck, and he holds on for now, but everybody is looking in this direction.
This 2-2 split from Furia, I'm starting to question it now. I feel like the time is right for a regroup, but they think otherwise. A 2-2 split of this magnitude is so vulnerable when we get in towards stage 6. Teams are going to look to crash. Aurora on that north side, potentially moving up towards Chief. On that edge of the circle on the northern side. E-Arena also now marshalling their forces. I said, these roads can act like rivers. Let's see if they've got their paddle.
And E-Arena are putting up points in the final game. They are making some noise here. They've got 4 eliminations. They're still rocking a trio. Joker starting to keep his eye on Team Flash. Looks like the fight might be imminent here. But Team Flash got to decide what they're going to do. Joker's going to have an angle, and he's going to tell his teammates, hey, look, these teams are right here. Let's start taking some shots. Bose is on the back line, though. That's going to be the biggest threat for E-Arena.
Trying to get a little bit further forward, but Mormon's been spotted. There are only 3 players, remember. A move back up to the top of the hill there.
Interesting.
To re-bolster the position for Bose, maybe grab him on the vehicle, a run out on the other side, potentially what they're thinking about, but they're up to the road. They have to move further.
Nice shots from Joker, though, to be able to buy some time against Team Vitality, because Team Vitality are now looking in this direction. The zone is away from them. This is stage 6. They cannot afford to eat any blue zone here, but they may have to. There's no choice. So many shots are ringing in this direction, and they do not have their position locked down in this next circle.
Absolutely not. Really a lot of tenuous positions, and Furia are finally now looking to go for their regroup down to their south. You can see that northern side starting to make that mad dash across. Aurora could potentially cut through it. They don't actually manage to go all the way, but Reefus spots it, gets that knock. They have to get out of the vehicle, and this is exactly what I was worried about for Furia. They held their 2-2 split too long, and now they might be in the boiling, baking deserts of Miramar. But they are out in the cold. Chief now a lone ranger on the position. And Aurora all too happy to slurp that point away, get themselves closer and closer to the top.
All too happy and looking all too solid right now. Aurora are looking dangerous. The whole lobby needs to be put on notice. The airburst, Chief, he felt that one. S2G, you can see him. They are hoping and praying here as Chief's on fire, and that's gonna be him down. Another point for the side of Aurora Gaming.
They haven't confirmed it yet, but finally the flames lick too hot and he will fall. Ayala and Igor's, I mean, that's, it was just they held that split way too long. They didn't go for that regroup in time, and they had paid the price for it. It could be quite an expensive one as well, given where they are on the tables in 9th place. They had a real opportunity to jump up fairly high and get things going, but the southwest side now, Jukes, is looking pretty hot. E-Arena could potentially get involved here if Flash, Horror, and Nongshim Red Force have that scrap.
They're gonna have to, because I'm gonna tell you one thing here, folks. This is where Aurora Gaming work their best. With the zone to their backs. Nobody behind them, only needing to focus forward and start putting some points on the board. Looks like Hyunbin's gonna get one, though. The duo of Nongshim Red Force still not out of this one just yet. Hyunbin having to hit the deck, though, buy some time. Can he at least get that confirmation? He does have 2 eliminations so far, but shots ringing out in every direction. It's not looking good here for Nongshim.
Oh, it is going to be a tough time for them, but they are much more central than a lot of other teams, and these South Hills will need to conclude. Quite inaccessible, but look at the bullets keeping him suppressed. And XZY go down. So close. And if Nongshim fall, S2G are going to be a little bit safer. But with Aurora taking a knock from Alola, the last player alive from it, a second as well. 2 players down from Aurora. Is it all coming crashing down around their ears?
They are outside of the zone now as it's shifted. They got 30 seconds on the clock to get these reses going and to be able to support their teammates. But Team Vitality are looking in this direction. They got nothing to lose at this point. And they are looking straight at them. Can Aurora get these reses? They're desperate. They're moving as fast as they possibly can. 20 seconds on the clock now. And it looks like they just might do it. When it comes to Nongshim Red Force, though, it's up to one single player, and it's none other than Hyunbin.
He needs a Herculean effort to do it. Aurora getting rolled up on by Furia. Oh no, Dark is down. Top is low. Seoul needs to anchor for them, but he's fallen too. And Aurora are crumbling.
Top goes down. It's down to one single player for Aurora Gaming to make this happen. Nongshim Red Force are out. 1 player from Aurora, 3 from E-Arena, and S2G trying to hold on. It's up to Reefus all by himself. They're looking in his direction. He's got to move. He's getting shot up. That's his it. He's got to get the shots.
Oh, it's so close. He gets the spray. And there goes the Alan with the nade. Reefus is down. And now it's only E-Arena who can take it away from S2G. They need a chicken dinner, but down is Joker. They have to hold the middle because they are in the center.
Oh, and you could see S2G, the nerves at an all-time high. E-Arena, though, on the move. Full lay down. It's down to the duo. They have 137 points right now. This is going to be very difficult for them, but this duo is still alive. If they somehow steal this win, it's tournament over, and E-Arena will win a world title for Thailand.
But it's looking much more likely that Turkey will be able to take that global stage by storm. At the top of the tables right now, S2G denied their chicken dinners, but will still eat hearty tonight if E-Arena fall by the wayside here. They started the day at the top of the pile. but they are getting slowly whittled down with 2 players left.
30K.
30K goes low, but stays up for a moment longer, and these elims are getting away. They are just slowly creeping down, and the arena are low. Down goes Foreman for S2G. It's only 30K who can take it away from them, and he is in the fight.
The crowd is excited. They're on their feet. S2G making some noise here as it's 1 player left. 1 30K that is in the way of a world championship title. And that is it! That is it, folks! Your PUBG Mobile World Cup at Esports World Cup 2026 champions are S2G!
The Titans from Turkey will reign supreme in Paris. They will take that trophy, they will bring it back, and they will hold their line. Denied so many times today, but in the final moments, they were able to sit back. I don't think they were relaxed, but they will take the top spot.
They're gonna go home with $500,000 and plenty of time to regrow those nails on their fingers, baby. That is what I'm talking about. Twice they could have won this. You can see the looks on their faces thinking there's no way we lost this tournament. Are you kidding me? But consistency pays off.
They were able to keep it under control. The teams at the top could not go the distance. They did not have the stamina. And Tiamba looking to close this one out, looking like they're in control. And again, what a resurgence from Tiamba in the final day. It's looking like they might take that 5th place just outside of the top spots as they're closing us down. But again, the story is all Turkey, all day, S2G!
They've done it! S2G, hang on! And your champions, live here in Paris, France. Man, did they deserve it. Working so hard, game after game. Almost winning it by smash. But it's points that hang on, the tears ring out, and let's take it on over to the studio to wrap this one up.
Kamikaze and the rest of the squad just shining when nobody was expecting them to become the champions, Max. Turkey back on top of PUBG Mobile Esports.
It is going to Turkey right now. Kamikaze lost, HamCG and Solke making history for Turkey once more. How do they just keep doing it? Solke, since the OG days, is still here delivering performance after performance, and now we'll be lifting that trophy.
And such a calculated decision from them throughout every game. 1 chance down, 2 chance down, but it was enough to take the title home. Every single play from S2G was immaculate.
Fantastic stuff coming in from S2G. Once they do it, twice they do it. They were so close. They get just a little mistake, a little fumble, but finally they don't get the win, but it doesn't matter. S2G are our champions. What a play, what a game, what a day for this squad.
A team that didn't start off too hot in the first day, but boy, were they able to bounce back with those wins that they were able to get in the second day, propelling them to the top of the leaderboard and challenging for that 1st place.
We had so many teams looking so good at the top right. The 4 teams all contesting a spot for the championship to be crowned your champions. But I would have to say S2G, the most improved team going into this event from the group stage, making it right to the finals. And it was close. It was down to the wire. It was a 3-way tie at one point today. But they do take it home. And keep in mind, PMGC later on this year will be happening in Turkey. Will S2G be able to do the international back-to-back?
S2G will be looking to win another trophy back at home. But I think it's time we send it over to Barney. I want to see these players lift that trophy and crush some keys.
Yes, that is right, of course. After a nail-biting day 3 of PMWC, your champions are, of course, S2G. I have to ask, that final game, that must have been the longest game of your life. How did that feel? Solke, I'll ask you, buddy.
Son maç hayatımızın herhalde en uzun maçıydı. Sizin için nasıl hissettirdi? Solkay sana soruyor.
Yani açıkçası biraz şüpheli olduk çünkü rakiplerimizin hepsi yaşıyordu ve hiçbirinin infosu yoktu. Yani bilmiyorum, kaybettik gibi hissettik. Sonra böyle bir rakiplerimiz oyunda ölünce bir acaba mı dedik. Yani şu an bile farkında değiliz, anlamadık. Bu bir zaman sonra fark edilecek bir şey. Aramızda öncesinde şampiyon olmuş bir hamsi var. Hepimizin ilk dünya şampiyonluğu. Yani garip hissetti, ölünce kötü hissetti ama şu an çok mutluyuz. Bu kadar.
Of course we felt bad once we died because we knew our biggest rivals are still alive. But then, and we also doubted it, but then like slowly seeing our rivals also like getting eliminated, we started getting hopeful, and it's Hamsi's second World Championship, but it's the first for us, and we're very happy about this.
Number 2, second championship. How are you feeling? You feeling good?
Yeah.
He feels good, baby. All right, we've got things to do before we lift that incredible trophy. So follow me. We're going to the Crusher, baby. After an incredible performance today, S2G managed to secure the PMWC Championship. And with this being at the Esports World Cup, we of course have some additional things to do, like crush 15 of their opponent's keys until their key is the last one left intact. Okay, S2G, if you could step over here onto the Crusher. We've got some important things to do. Right, step on up, please. Up on here. Okay. Woo! Are we feeling better now? Kamikaze, you okay? He's good, he's good. He's letting it all out. It's great to see, the emotion is great. You've seen this before, you know what's about to happen. Can I please get you, sir, and Kamikaze together? Let's open up this Crusher. Let's open the iris. Press that button. Here we go. Here is the Crusher. Something special about the Gadia City Grid is that we get to crush 15 keys at once. So, Solke, Hamsiji, if you would like to pull on this, not too hard, just like gently, just, you know, feel good. In 3, 2, 1. Wave goodbye. How did that feel?
It's so good.
So good. Right, one final thing. That's better, isn't it? One final thing that we'd like to do before we send you down to lift that trophy is to invite the Keymaster, Jacob. We'd like to invite him onto the stage to hand you your key, the last remaining key intact for PMWC. Jacob, come on over here, buddy. Kamikaze, if you could take your key, that is your S2G Esports key at the Esports World Cup. Okay, so now what I would like you to do, I would like you to walk down the Gadia City Grid. I would like you to raise that trophy and cement your legacy as the champions of PMWC at the EWC 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for your champions, S2G Esports! Ladies and gentlemen, your PMWC champions at the 2026 Esports World Cup, S2G! ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Kalaris, who is standing by with our Sony Tournament MVP.
Yes, that's right. Thank you very much, Barney. Of course, we are with our tournament MVP. After PMMI MVP, we now have the PMWC MVP in QZZ. Make welcome on, of course, the award here. 2 times MVP on international stages recently. QZZ, congratulations here at PMWC.
Okay. This is fun, isn't it? This is good. Okay, let's have another chat. Let's have another quick chat. Competing with these teammates, experiencing all of this, going through the training. Okay, we're shaking hands. All right, buddy, how's it going? The training, the experience, everything. What does it mean? Like, what do you want to say? How proud are you of each other right now?
We just renkli bir team, over focus all the time for team play, and we did it. We've been champion. We are so happy now.
I can imagine. I can see it on your faces. I can see it on the owner as well, of course. Congratulations, what an unbelievable performance. I'd like you all to lift this trophy one more time, and you'll cement your legacy at the 2026 Esports World Cup. And so, are you guys ready? You ready? You're ready. They're ready. And so, ladies and gentlemen, your champions of PMWC at the 2026 Esports World Cup, S2G Esports!
It started off last year for S2G when they weren't able to qualify to PMWC at EWC 25. And they were spamming everywhere, hashtag invite S2G. But the thing is that here at EWC, nothing is given. Everything is earned. And these are your champions.
They're creating a new legacy for themselves. Of course, you're looking at HamCG. He's won in the past, PMGC 2022. Even earlier, the World League West won by Solke with Footballist. And that's their second trophy and the very first for Kamikaze and Lost. They should be proud of what they've achieved here today in Paris.
For Turkey, this is a moment that you're proud of once again, standing on the top step of PUBG Mobile Esports. But for S2G, now it's time to cement your place in history for EWC.
Please welcome to the totem your PMWC champions at EWC 2026 S2G! Congratulations, guys. What a performance. Please shake the hands of your supporters. Say thank you to the support. What a performance. Incredible work, Trav. Brilliant from S2G.
Absolutely. What a performance, just getting it over the line in the dying seconds. Congratulations, guys. Make your way over here. Congratulations, S2G, once more. Congrats, guys. Without further ado, please take to the stage, place your frame in the totem, and immortalize yourselves in Esports World Cup history.
Back in 2024 at the Esports World Cup, it ended up being Alpha 7. Last year, it ended up being Yangon Galacticos. But move over and make some space, because now at 2026 PMWC at EWC, it is S2G.
A new team, a new name, a new roster, a new lineup, making their way down the aisle, putting their key in the totem that will be immortalized forever in the history of EWC. The Turkish super team, you know how much it meant to Solke. You could see on his face, he's been close so many times after PMWL, but he finally secures it. The relief, the happiness, the glory, everything that it means for them here today.
And one last time, ladies and gentlemen, your PUBG Mobile World Cup at Esports World Cup 2026 champions, S2G. Love seeing the emotion and the passion that PUBG Mobile Esports brings to everybody all over the world. The Sony MVP QCC ends up with 35 eliminations, 6,700 damage, and Doc once again is able to find himself a way into an award with the best IGL.
How does he keep getting away with it? The beast from Mongolia strike once again. It's Doc to get it done with those total of 22 eliminations. That survival time was looking really good. But in particular, S-Power 7. The first time in the longest time we see an individual award being granted to an Indian player.
It might have not been one of those top 5s that people were predicting. It might have not been even a top 10, but for S-Power, this is amazing. You couldn't expect anything different out of this player. The confidence that he has, the skill that he has. I can't wait to see what S-Power from Godlike representing India is gonna showcase later in the year.
I'm telling you, if we're gonna get get an Indian global MVP, it might just be him. But looking also at the Field Medic and Eagle Eye awards secured by Mormon and Tony K respectively. Really strong team play from every single member on the Thai team. We'll see if they can take it next event, but definitely an impressive performance from this squad.
And Turney K with the Eagle Eye from E-Arena, 394 meters. That is quite impressive. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you enjoyed the amazing show that we were able to provide to you. From Maxman, myself, the 7WG, Lace, Neptura, John Allen, Blank, Jackie, Hot Jukes, Kalaris, Barney Banks, and our special club championship reporter, Glitter Explosion, and from all the production here from Paris at Esports World Cup. Thank you for watching PMWC at EWC 26.
পার্মানেন্ট না ধুর,
বক্সের ভিতরে যেটা আছে সেটা পার্মানেন্ট।
তাও নেই। পাইছে পাইছে।
হে আমি কাগে হয়ে গেছি জেডি ভাই, সবচেয়ে পাওয়ারফুল হয়ে গেছি। আনরাঙ্ক দিচ্ছেন কেন? র্যাঙ্ক দেন।
ও আপনাকে বলবেন না?
এইসব বটরা আছে কেন যে আনরাঙ্ক খেলে বুঝি না।
দুই জনের বই নাকি ভাতে কয় অন্ন।
এই যে দেখেন রেসপেক্ট মি, আমি কিন্তু কাগে কিন্তু রেসপেক্ট মি। আমাকে অনেক বেশি রেসপেক্ট করা উচিত এখন আপনাদের।
তিনটা সোশ্যাল লবি ইনভাইট।
লাইট দাও, ছোট লাইট দাও, বড় লাইট দাও।
क्या कौन আসবে জেরি ভাই?
এই জেরি ভাই, একটা ম্যাচ খেলা না, ডিনারটা করে আসি।
ওকে ওকে। কেউ আছে খেলার মতো এক ম্যাচ? না কেউ নেই। রিয়েল ভাই তো গার্লফ্রেন্ডের সাথে খেলতেছে। এ পান্ডাবো,
কি?
কত ওয়াচিং আছে আপনার?
আমি তো লাইভ বন্ধ করে দিয়েছি সে কখন।
আপনার ল্যাপটপ বলতো চালানোর কথা?
করতে পারবো বলছি, করবো সেটা বলি নাই।
তাহলে দুই তিনটা জায়গায় আমার লাইভ ছেড়ে রাখেন ইউটিউবে।
আমি অলরেডি ছেড়ে রাখছি, এখন তো
কিন্তু
বললাম
দেখায় না কেন?
আমি ছাড়া আর কেউ দেখতেছে না।
আমার এখানে দেখাচ্ছে না, আপনার দেখতেছেন যে?
আমি
এই
দুইটাতে
পান্ডাপু
ছেড়ে রাখছি।
আপনার একটা তো
এটা
দেখাইছে
কেন হয়?
কোনটাতে কোনো টাকা জেনারেট হয়েছে কিনা দেখাইছে একটা তো।
হ্যাঁ, আমি আপনাকে অলরেডি অ্যামাউন্ট বলছি কালকে।
শুনি নাই।
ভুলে গেছে বেটা, ভুলে গেছে।
এখন আবার কইলেও আবার ভুলে যাবে, থাক আর কি দরকার তাইলে।
কত কের জন্য কত কত করে দিছে?
আপনার কি লাইভ চলতেছে আপনার? হ্যাঁ,
কত কের জন্য কত কে পাঠাবো?
আমার লাইভ পান্ডাবো না জুবি ভাই?
না না, আমার একটাতে লাইভ স্টাক হয়েছিল।
এই পাঠাবো কত কের জন্য কত কে দেয়?
এটা তো
এটা তো
ডিপেন্ড করে।
রেভিনিউ এর উপরে, এক একজনের এক একটা। এটা তো আমার আর
আইডিয়া দেন।
তো সেম না, আরপিএম এর উপরে ডিপেন্ড করে।
আইডিয়া দেন, আইডিয়া দেন।
আইডিয়া দেওয়া পসিবল না, এটা এক একজনের জন্য এক
আপনার
এক
কোন
রকম।
স্ট্রিমে কত কে ভিউয়ের জন্য কত কে আছে সেটা বলেই তো হয়ে গেল।
সেটা বললেও হয় না, এক একটাতে এক এক রকম আসে।
আচ্ছা বাতা।
আপনার
কারণ
পরে
হচ্ছে
আমি দেখাচ্ছি, আপনি খেলা শেষ করেন তারপর দেখাচ্ছি।
এটা
আপনাকে পুরো
বিদেশি
ডিটেইলস।
ভিউ এর উপর
হ্যাঁ,
অনেক
ওইটা তো
ভিউ
অডিয়েন্সের উপরে ডিপেন্ড করে না জুবি ভাই। আপনাকে বলে তো আমি কয়টা বুঝাবো কোন? আপনি ম্যাচ
বোঝানো
শেষ
দরকার
করেন
নাই তো,
তারপর
আপনার কত
দেখাই।
কের জন্য কত কে আসে সেটা বললেই তো হয়ে গেল।
জুবি ভাই আমার 0.9 হচ্ছে আরপিএম।
কোশ্চেন করলাম একটা, পান্ডব অ্যান্সার দেয় আরেকটা।
আমার 55 তে একটাতে পাইছি হচ্ছে গিয়ে, ভাই দেখুন এগুলা এখন সব কওয়া লাগবে। 55 তে একটা হচ্ছে গিয়ে 40, একটাতে
ওই
আসছে,
তো হয়ে গেল,
আর
ওইটাই তো,
একটাতে 1.5 লাখে আসছে 50।
ওইটাই তো জানতে চাচ্ছিলাম। শেষ।
আপনি এখন আইডিয়া করতে পারছেন কোনটাতে কি?
100% কেন আইডিয়া হবে না? এত তো গবেটা বাচ্চা না।
বলেন তাহলে আমাকে বুঝান কি আইডিয়া করতে পারছেন।
ওটা তো আমি আইডিয়া করছি, আমার ক্যালকুলেশন হয়ে গেছে, কারণ আমি 3-4টা আইডিয়া নিচ্ছি না। কোকোটা শুনছি, আপনারটা
তাহলে
শুনছি,
আপনি
সাইবরটা
যখন
শুনছি,
আপনি
হয়ে গেল।
তাহলে আমাকে একটু বুঝান, নাইলে তো আপনি যখন নেক্সট টাইম আবার কোশ্চেন করবেন আমি আপনারে বুঝাইতে পারবো না।
আপনাকে বুঝাতে তো বলিনি পান্ডব, জাস্ট জিজ্ঞেস করছি কোশ্চেন, অ্যান্সার দিলে হয়ে গেল।
এখন তো আপনাকে আমি কোশ্চেন করতেছি, আপনিও তো অ্যানসার দিতেছেন না।
হ্যাঁ দিবনি, শেষ করে নি।
আপনারা তো আমি পুরোটা দেখাতে দিতেছিলাম,
শেষ করে
বললাম
নি
যে
তারপরে
লাইভটা
দিবানি।
শেষ করেন তারপর দেখাই।
কি নিয়ে আলাপ হচ্ছে? ऐसा बट रहा है क्या?
ইয়েস ইয়েস।
कौन कितना दे रहा है
सब मुझको दे दो
बैंक अकाउंट দিব না বিকাশ
বিকাশ দিলে হবে
হ্যাঁ আপনি মাঝখান দিয়ে কি লেখা বিকাশ মুকাশ ঢুকাইতেছেন
পান্ডাপুর বাঙালি ওয়াচিং বেশি
না পান্ডাপুর ইউএসও ওয়াচিং
বাঙালি ওয়াচিং এর জন্য না এটা অন্য আরো অনেক ডিপার্টমেন্টের জন্য কমে যায় যে জুই ভাই আপনি লাইভ শেষ করেন তারপর আপনার সাথে কথা বলতেছি এটা নিয়ে
জুই ভাই লাইভ শেষ করতে করতে সকাল
এই লাইভের মধ্যে এসব ডিসকাশন ভালো লাগে না
এর জন্য তো একটাই কোশ্চেন করছে আপনি তো এত এক্সপ্লেন করা শুরু করলেন আরপিএম এটা ওটা আমি বলছি কতকের জন্য কত শেষ একটু কি
আমি এই জিনিসটা বুঝলাম না এই যে এতক্ষণ আইসে পান্ডাপুর যে ওয়াচিং দিছে এতক্ষণ আইসে দাইতেছে আলার
আমার এখানে স্ক্রিন কিন্তু এক দেখাচ্ছে দুইটাতেই
হ্যাঁ দুই
আমার দুইটাতেই এক
এই ইউটিউব বুঝি না আমি কি করে না করে ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ডের জন্য কি ইউটিউব কাউন্ট করে না ধরেন দুইটা একটা ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ডে চললে কাজ কাউন্ট করে না মনে হয়
ব্যাকগ্রাউন্ডে না জেরি ভাই
স্প্লিট করে দুইটা দিয়ে রাখছি
আমি যেটুকু জানি ডিফারেন্ট প্রোফাইল থেকে করলে ইজিলি কাউন্ট করে মাঝে মাঝে আবার একটু লেটও করে
আমি ডিফারেন্ট প্রোফাইল দিয়ে দিছি
মাঝে মাঝে লেটও করে
এটা লেট কেন জানি আমি কিন্তু আমার এখানেই তো একটা আমার পুরো বুঝতে পারছি
আমার পাওয়ার সবচেয়ে বেশি এই জেরি ভাই ওই দেখেন আমাদের তিনজনের নামের আমার নামের আইকনে দেখেন দেখেন দেখছেন
জেরি ভাই আপনি কি কন্টেন্ট বানালেন এটা
না কন্টেন্ট বানাবো না
কোই
এই জুবি ভাই এটা কি কন্টেন্ট বানাইতে হবে
কোন কন্টেন্ট জেরি ভাই
ওই যে ইয়াতে সাবমিট করতে হবে যেটা
গেমে
হ্যাঁ
ও জাস্ট গেম খেলতেছেন রিলেভেন্ট মানে 9 মারতেছেন অথবা কিছু একটা 1 মিনিটের নিচে বানাতে হবে অথবা আরো একটা কাজ করতে পারেন একটা ছবি পোস্ট করলেও হবে মানে ইনস্টাগ্রামে যে ছবি দেন ওই ছবিটা যদি লিংকটা দেন তাও হবে
পোস্ট করলে নাকি হইব না
ছবি পোস্ট করলে হবে
ওখানে তো গেম প্লে চাইছে কন্টেন্ট
না ভালো করে পড়তে হবে মানে লেখা আছে হয় ছবি অথবা ভিডিও আর ছবি তো ইনস্টাগ্রাম ছাড়া হয় না
তো দেখলাম না আমি শুধু কন্টেন্ট আমার টাইমে দেখলাম যে কন্টেন্ট গেম প্লে
লেখা আছে
দেখুন আবার কি না দেখলে তখন ছিল খালি কন্টেন্ট এটা দেখলাম
তিনবার বট মারতে গেছে শিওর
তো যাবো কি এখানে আসবো জীবন না
बिल्डिंग में घुसना
তো জেরিবে মারা গেছে রাইট
না আমি এখন তো মোড়ই নাই মোড় বাহনি মোড় বেশিক্ষণ নাই
বডি জান বাচ্চা
আসেন জুবি আমার দিকে আসেন নাকি আপনার দিকে নেমে
আমাদের কাছে অনেক করে উপরে চলে আসেন উপরে চলে আসেন উপরে আসলে সেফ থাকবেন এইদিকে যায় না প্রচুর এনিমি এদিকে
এদিকে আসছি বলে আমি
আমাদের উপরে চলে আসেন আচ্ছা ব্যাকআপ দিবেন আপনাকে
ব্যাকআপ দেন
উপরে যান উপরে একটা আছে ভিতরে একটা আছে ভাই উপরে যান দোতলায় যান আসেন না মারছি
ও মারছেন ওটা কল দিতে হইব তো
নিচে দুটো আছে হ্যাঁ
আমি খুব দিতেছি আপনার দিয়ে না
বোম আসতেছে ভাই এই জানে ভাই এইখানেই মারছে ইচ্ছা করে শীতে না আমার এখানে মারছে বুঝেন পারেন আপনি হ্যাঁ ভিতরে আসেন উপরে ভাই আপনার পিছনে এখানে ভাই এখানে যেটা ভাই এখানে পারেন হ্যাঁ ও জানে ভাই লোকেশন জানে আমার কাছে 15টা এনিমি আছে 15টা এমো আছে আমি রিলোড করতে পারবো না ভাই থাক কটা মারছেন জির ভাই
নিচে ওটা
আরো আছে
হ্যাঁ নিচে
শালার পুত্র
তাহলে উপরে উঠে না এটা বললেন তো
ういうつもりだ。 প্রাইস পাত শুরুই হয় নাই, প্রিভিউ করতে দেয় না প্রাইস পাত। ওটা তো ইউটিউবে দেখছেন, বাট আপনি গেমে ঢুকে দেখতে পারবো না। পিন করবেন নাকি? আমার কেন জানি মনে হচ্ছে ইউআইটা একটু চেঞ্জ হয়েছে। হ্যাঁ, প্রোফাইলের ইউআইটা একটু চেঞ্জ হয়েছে। আগে যেটা সিলেক্ট করতাম ওটা ছিল হচ্ছে গিয়ে কালো, এখন যেটা সিলেক্ট করি ওটা হচ্ছে সাদা। রিসেন্ট গিফট আর রিসেন্ট ভিজিটরে। দেখি ভিডিও ডাউনলোড করার মতো কি আছে। পাবজি টাইটেল ফাইটের অনেকগুলো শর্ট করে একসাথে একটা 10 মিনিটের ভিডিও বানাবো, উপরে ওভারলে এলাকায় ছেড়ে দেবো। চান্স আছে রবি রেড খাওয়ার জি ভাই? আরে আমি আবার ইয়াটা ঠিক করতে ভুলে গেছি। যাবেন না? কোনটা? ভাই আমি এটা দেখবো বলে আমার গাছটা কিসের?